that he's the greatest player of all time, I'm pretty sure that
See this nigga?
everybody would agree with me. Everybody who got two working eyes that watch basketball agree with me. Maybe Stevie Wonder may not agree with me because he never was able to watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Ray Charles, rest in peace, wouldn't agree with me because he wasn't able to watch the game. But people with eyes, they see what I see, and they know LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play. But I guess my homie over here feels differently, man.
I do. That's why I said I start the mic. Like
I'm gonna let you. I want to hear what
we can't even, you know what I'm saying, run it down and get it together with you making that statement. Like
I don't know what you can say though.
Like, that's what say. First and foremost, how old are you? Not you ain't gotta get your age, but like, are you between?
What you mean?
Are you 30 yet?
I'm nah, no.
All right. So first of all, you ain't even 30 yet. So you can't really talk because the game LeBron plays in today is all about finesse and bullshit and baby rules.
Okay.
Like they always compare the errors, and then you can't compare the errors because when the league first started, they wasn't keeping all the stats. So today's stats are inflated because they didn't count steals and blocks and some other stuff that they count today. Then
I'm gonna let you get your shit off. I'm gonna let you get your shit off before I say anything.
Everybody want to talk about Jordan, but how many rings does who is it? Bill Russell?
Yeah.
Don't he got like
11 or some shit?
11 or some
11,
shit.
10 or 11 something. Like
how
that.
many Wilt got?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good question.
We'll get right back to that.
How many Kareem got?
I think he got 5 or 6.
You know what I'm saying? How many Jordan got?
Jordan got 6.
How many Robert Ory got?
He got a lot. He got like 7.
You know what I'm saying?
He got like 6 or 7.
How many Kobe got?
Kobe got 5.
How many Shaq got?
Shaq got 4.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, so how many other people that got 3 with LeBron that you could really put him over? And I just named like 10, 12 people that got more rings than him. I didn't even say Scottie Pippen. I didn't even say Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying? If you want to put him in the small forward category, you know what I'm saying? Defensive player of the year, damn near took the Bulls to the finals the year after Jordan retired the first time in his real super prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you want to go there?
And that's why that automatically throws Jordan out of the discussion.
How does that throw
because
Jordan out?
He had a Scottie Pippen who almost took that team to the finals, to the Eastern Conference Finals. If LeBron James was not on any of the teams that he was on, maybe the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh would have been able to put together that Eastern Conference Finals run. But what's up, bro?
We could take this 2 ways because we're in the middle of, you know what I'm saying, the playoffs right now, right?
Yeah.
Semifinals.
Yep.
Okay. If LeBron James
was not playing,
hold on, quote unquote, carried one team to the finals.
Yeah.
You know, what did he do the years before? Oh, they didn't make it. Like, it's just like this year. If they get close but don't make it to the finals, are they going to blame the cast or are they going to blame LeBron?
What year? Yo, LeBron has not made the finals in fucking this 7 like.
But we're talking about the team around him.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's exactly what showed. That was the narrative.
This year.
This
year is the narrative.
What I'm saying is
because
that
I'm
speaking on exactly what you're saying, bro. I'm speaking on exactly what you're saying. When LeBron
Who has he not played with the last 7 years?
When LeBron James did not make the finals,
yeah.
It was his weight to carry. Like, LeBron James can't do it with this squad. He can't do it.
He can't do it by himself.
And that's why he was losing to Boston. He was losing to Orlando, and then he just took his jersey off and said, "Man, I'm done. I can't do it with this team no more."
Yeah, he couldn't win.
And then he went to the Miami, and then he figured it out, and then he been going back.
But look at this.
The
year he dragged the team to the finals was 2007. People don't talk about that.
Yeah, they do.
They talk about him dragging the team to the finals.
Yeah, they got swept, but then he still got them there.
But look at what he was going against.
Word.
He got lucky in some other stuff. Like, was Shaq still on the Heat then? Like, is that when he became super overweight and was just
that was.
And you know what I'm saying?
But that's not getting lucky. You know what I'm
but
saying?
You gotta look at the totality of
Shaq
the
was
season.
already old when he went to Miami.
You gotta look at the totality of what he did.
Look, you got LeBron James
is what
and you talking about the game as
well. Is what? And then hold on.
Look at the size. The man is about 6'8", 6'9".
Hold on. Wait. One more strong point I want you to debate.
Okay.
Jordan took a year and a half off.
Okay.
It is very questionable. Not only would they have won 2 more titles in that time span, but Jordan would have went to 8 straight.
I don't know. You can't say that because he didn't.
You can't. But that's your argument that you're trying to say. This been to the finals, however many straight.
I'm not. That's not an argument that I'm trying to make to even limit his legacy against anybody. That right there stands for itself. Jordan took 2 years off. That's his fault. You cannot say if whatever.
Yeah,
he didn't do it.
Yeah,
he didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
You feel me?
He came back about his money.
He came back and he got 3 more.
He established everything
but
that LeBron is capitalizing on.
The thing about it, you look at LeBron James. LeBron James had Mike Brown as a coach, had Eric Spoelstra as a coach, had David Blatt as a coach.
We're going to go there?
What do you mean? I'm talking about everything around Jordan was set up for success. The franchise was run beautifully. The only person who ever put anything greater on LeBron was Pat Riley when he was with the Heat. That's facts, bro. Like, that's factual. And
that's what I'm saying. You're not old enough to know. Because the Bulls wasn't what it was.
Yeah, because it took them a minute. It took Jordan 7 years, though.
Jordan retired again
LeBron got to the finals. LeBron got to the finals.
The owner wasn't trying to pay people.
Jordan wasn't going to get to the finals.
The owner was not trying to pay the people.
If Pippen never came to Chicago, they don't go nowhere. That's the bottom line.
The owner was not trying to pay people.
Man,
the owner was Bill Belichick in it.
LeBron James is the greatest player ever.
How? Back it up.
What do you mean? Look at what he's doing. This is his
15th year.
The conversation is not about rings, bro.
Okay.
It's just about pure talent. It's about pure domination.
It's not about pure talent.
It's about the total package.
It's not about pure talent.
He can do more than Michael Jordan. He's bigger than Michael Jordan. He's stronger than Michael Jordan. He's more athletic than Michael Jordan. His IQ about the basketball game is better than Michael Jordan.
Okay. When did he come into the league?
Like 04, I think.
He came in the league in 2003.
Yeah, okay, 03.
Michael Jordan had been in the league how many years? Kobe was in the league. Kobe was in the league how many years? Kevin Garnett, Magic Johnson.
What they got to do with anything?
He was studying. He had his whole life to study before he came to the league.
And so did everybody else? And nobody else in that Carmelo ain't have his whole life to study? Is that what you saying? Russell Westbrook ain't have his whole life to study?
Wait.
Chris Paul ain't have his whole life to study?
You're putting this generation of superstars on a pedestal against Mount Rushmore and everything, the Hall of Fame. You can't put a generation against the Hall of Fame.
Yes, you can, because they do it better. That's just like saying Floyd Mayweather is the best boxer. He's not the first person to throw a punch in the world, but he is the best. Like people think he's the best boxer. You just because somebody originated something, somebody can make it better.
Yeah,
somebody can make it better, and that's what LeBron James
is doing. He never lost.
Nah,
he never lost.
And so Jordan never lost.
In the finals.
Oh, okay, in the finals. Oh my God, whatever. But that's not fair because
how is it not
what if he would have got there more? That's what I'm saying. So
if he would have got there more, he would have won more.
If he got exactly. If he would have got there more, he would have won more. That makes no sense because they would have won it. Like, what do you mean? If he would have got there that year, they would have won it. They obviously lost because they wasn't equipped or he wasn't ready for them to win it. So they had no business being in the finals. So they wasn't in them.
So tell me, from 1991, besides the time he took off, when they didn't win it.
Bro, I wasn't born. You know what I mean?
You weren't even born, so you can't have this conversation.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
How many teams has LeBron been on?
2. That don't matter.
It don't matter? It don't matter? When he went back to Cleveland,
so now you gotta be like,
how many #1 picks in a row did Cleveland have before he went back?
Exactly. And how many #1 picks did the Chicago Bulls have them 2 years that Michael wasn't there?
None.
Okay. That's what I'm saying.
What
LeBron James left that team, we could say essentially the same thing. We can use the same analogy. When LeBron James left Cleveland,
we should take another
just real quick. No, look, just real quick. When LeBron James was on Cleveland, they went to the finals in 07. Even when they wasn't going to the finals, they was winning 50+ games and getting at least to.
So how are you going to say the coach like Brown?
What I'm saying. Well, look, this is what I'm saying. This is all on LeBron greatness, and you could go back and even look at the documentation. They said that Mike Brown was letting LeBron bring his whole crew on the damn team plane to and from games because he couldn't control them. A coach like Phil Jackson, Greg Pop, that shit wouldn't have flew. He would have had LeBron straight, narrow, tight in line. You know what I mean? So maybe they would have won more games or finals if he would have been in tune, a little bit more disciplined. But that's neither here nor there. The point that I'm getting to is that they were a good team even with scrubs. Whether they broke through and made the finals one year, but even though they didn't all the other years, they were always a threat because they had one person and one person only, LeBron James. Now, when he left that team, use the analogy for when Mike left and did whatever he had to go do. And we won't even say the 4 years, just say 2 years. As soon as LeBron left, the Cavaliers went from an Eastern Conference Finals basketball team to a bottom feeder team. And how many number one picks did they have? They had about 4.
He lost 2
every year.
He didn't get back to the finals 2 years in a row. He got his ass whipped in the Eastern Conference before he made it to the finals.
But that's
years after he made it to the finals.
But I'm saying
But if he was the greatest then, why didn't he go back?
What do you mean? Do you see what he had with him? He was going to war with scrubs.
He's the greatest.
Exactly. He was taking them places they had no business going.
Okay.
And that's a fact.
That's another debate. That's not a fact. That's not a fact. That's not a fact.
If you substitute LeBron James for anybody else that's in the league, any other person that was drafted in the draft class that he was in, or anybody else, period.
D-Wade had a title within how many years of coming to the league? Come on, let's debate that. Let's debate if D-Wade didn't get hurt, if his body didn't shut down, we wouldn't have a LeBron conversation. LeBron would have never went to Miami. He would have never needed help. He did it way more. Dwayne Wade.
Son, well, number one.
And then let's really talk about it.
Real quick. I want to harp on that real quick because I guarantee you if Dwayne Wade was 100% healthy, they still would have teamed up. And what LeBron said in the beginning just would have been true. When he said not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, they probably would have really went on that run. And that's all I'm going to say. But they would have.
Because he would have been scared because he really couldn't beat him. He would have had to join him.
What? No, that is not why he joined Dwayne Wade. He did not join Dwayne Wade because he couldn't beat Dwayne Wade.
You knew about LeBron coming out of high school. When did you know about Dwayne Wade?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
LeBron James was bigger than his draft class.
Yeah.
As a high school prospect.
Yeah, of course.
And you're trying to tell me his draft class and some people that came after him are the greatest players in the game, or
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
to the greatest players.
No, I'm saying
in
LeBron
the game.
James is the only one. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing nobody else.
If we rewind it, you brought a lot of people.
No, because you said LeBron James had a chance to study, and I brought them up too, saying they're not in the conversation, but they had the chance to study as well.
They're not 6'8", 250.
Carmelo not 6'8". And it don't matter.
When has Carmelo Anthony ever passed the ball?
That's his fault.
But
that's what I'm saying.
He was a winner. Look, he was a winner, and then he got paid.
Where
at Syracuse, carried them to the national championship.
That's it.
And
then it's over.
Then it's over. Then it's over. But then you want to talk about, but you brought up, LeBron James bringing his homie on the plane. He got $100 million before he ever played a game of basketball. He got $100 million before he ever played a game of basketball.
Because Mike Brown was that type of coach.
He got $100 million before he ever played a game of basketball.
What that got to do with anything?
What do you mean? What they got to do with anything?
What that got to do with Mike Brown?
It don't got. What I'm saying
to you is on the plane. If you a player, you a player on the team. I don't care how much you make.
If anything happened to LeBron James to where he couldn't sustain, even play, if he had a major injury, like some other great players and prospects have had, we won't go back into that because you're not even old enough to have that discussion.
I can't.
Do your research.
I can have
come back about
when you
do your research
about like who you want to bring up. What Grant Hill or something like that?
I was not gonna say Grant Hill. Penny Hardaway.
Penny.
Penny. It's not even just people that got hurt, like bad situations.
Brandon Roy, you feel me? T-Mac, Yao Ming. It happens.
I'm not talking about but
you can't blame that on nobody. But like it just that's just your luck of the draw.
But when you talk about the great, like one thing that makes him the greatest is people talk about we've never seen somebody continuously do the same thing for this long
with Tom Brady. That's the same thing with Tom Brady.
Tom Brady got hurt. Tom Brady got hurt. They went 11-5.
But he's still.
Nothing.
But he's still talking about when you talking about longevity. He's still 40, going to be playing football at least for about 2 more years.
Okay.
That's
okay. We'll have the conversation next time he wins the Super Bowl. You want to bring up the dumbest call in Super Bowl history? When the Seattle Seahawks didn't run the ball from the long beast mode. Like we are here in Seattle. I'm a fan of all the teams Seattle. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really talk about the OKC Thunder because they got the rights to Seattle. We're not going there. You know what I'm saying? We're not going there. Like,
that was a bad call.
I mean, I'm not going to debate you about because I've seen the man do a lot of stuff.
Right.
But his record shouldn't be what it is.
Hey, you know.
So I under.
What if Tom Brady had a Mike Brown?
But then your debate for the greatest.
What if Tom Brady had a Mike Brown?
Are you talking stats? As the greatest?
No, I'm just talking about impact. I'm just talking about I'm just talking about pure impact.
Well, I'll give you this. LeBron James.
I'm talking about pure who you rolling with, and I'm rolling with Bron, and that's why I say he's the greatest.
You rolling with Bron?
I think Bron is the greatest player. I think Bron is the greatest player.
If you could pick anybody in NBA history,
I'm going with Bron.
In NBA history,
I'm going with Bron, and I know the Kareem. Like I'm a Lakers fan, bro. I know Kareem was bad, son, and that's what I'm saying. Kareem was better than Jordan. So that, like, I'm not even gonna have that conversation because that's a fact to me. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I fuck with Jordan. Like, and I guess that's why, like, I even have this conversation.
I didn't bring up Jordan first.
No, but I'm saying
I brought up niggas they weren't even keeping stats for.
But what I'm saying is that I guess that's why I feel so strongly like this is because the consensus for everybody is that Jordan is the greatest to ever play, and I think that LeBron is better than Jordan. Like I do. So in my mind, I think like the conversation if Jordan is the GOAT and the greatest, I'm like, no, that's LeBron.
I need the information on when they officially started keeping track of blocks. Because I believe, in my mind, Wilt Chamberlain averaged a triple-double with blocks.
And I still got, and that's another thing, though, too, because I don't even want to know when they start keeping track of stats. I want to know when they start. No, I'm saying I want to know when they start recording them play the damn game. Because Wilt Chamberlain, I'm sorry, I need to be able to go on YouTube and be like 100-point highlight. I can't see that shit. It never happened. I'm sorry, bro.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
That's different.
He ain't score 100. Like,
but you see, that's your age too. In that time, they did it by the book. They still do it by the book.
I need to see that shit.
They still do it by the book.
Y'all believe you. You're lying.
You know what I'm saying? But he wasn't lying. Somebody was keeping track for him. He wasn't writing down his points.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't writing down his points.
And you know, that's it. It's crazy. That's a big.
But it's just like, but you say you need to see the footage.
Yeah.
At halftime, they interviewed a player. Did you know you had such and such points? No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, where when they do that for a player? Where?
When Clay had 37, do you think he knew he had?
True. No,
he knew after
but
he had 37.
But I still was able to see that and be like, yeah, dude, you got 37, you cooking. I don't want you to just come out and be like, yo, I got 37 and a half. I'm like, bullshit. Like, you feel me? Like, I need to see that shit. Like, if that's just like if you got a boy that played for like a JUCO school, or like you got a little homie in high school and they go on the road or something. He come home like, yeah, yo, I just torched him for 70 tonight. You feel me? Like, it's gonna be like, you gotta see that shit. Or you gotta hear somebody co-sign that to be like, all right, where is
you can go check the books.
You can check the books. You can do that now, but I need to see a screenshot of that bit.
Why?
I need to look at them. Maybe that's
why. Why can't you just check the book?
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe they got a picture.
A picture of the book.
Yeah, maybe they got man, something. God, like, this is crazy, man. I don't even know.
No, the technology part that you on is crazy.
Yo, where this blind shit is crazy. They got some lot of shit in here. Oh, is this the book? Oh yeah, this the book. Will Chamberlain. He played 48 minutes, 36 field goals made, 63 attempted, 28 free throws made, 32 attempted, 25 rebounds, 100 points, 2 assists. That's a book. I'm looking at the book. Like, is it right here? Like the book?
They got the stat line?
Yeah, right here. She looks 48
Yeah,
minutes, 36 for 63.
Yeah.
Yeah, people be coming at my boy Russ. This nigga took 63 shots. Yeah. They be coming at my nigga Russ.
Who else gonna shoot it?
He said, that's what I'm saying, man.
Russ had
let my nigga
Carmelo,
Russ live, man.
Paul George.
Let my nigga Russ live. My nigga tried to get that too, man. He already got Oscar Robertson the fuck up out of here.
But wait, okay, you want to say that?
He next.
How many shots? Because you're a Laker fan. How many shots did it take Kobe to hit 81?
Oh yeah, he took a lot of shots.
I'm not even talking about the tape.
I watched the game. I watched that game. He took a lot of shots. Like that's a game. That's a game
But
that I watched. Like to be honest, like I watched that game like probably like 2 months ago. Like just on YouTube. Like,
okay. So just to debate you and just to clarify,
he took a lot of free throws though too. He shot a lot of free throws.
But if Russell Westbrook is shooting 40 shots, he should shoot at least 50%. So that's at least 20 field goals made. So at bare minimum, he should average 40.
Word.
He doesn't average 40.
Nah, he don't.
He barely averaged 30.
He be getting that sometimes. Like
sometimes. He barely averaged 30 though.
Word.
So he ain't even, what is it, 45%, 40%?
Probably like 30-something%. Probably 30-something.
So obviously he's doing something wrong.
Word. I mean, that
him
go down to coaching too, though. Like when you watch them play, they take a lot of ill-advised shots. That's true. I mean, yo,
so how does it work both ways?
What do you mean work both ways? It don't.
So LeBron is the greatest, but he never had a good coach. But then a good player
can be better with a better coach. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, but then you were saying
I'm saying LeBron is the greatest because despite bad coaching, he supersedes his talent.
But then you were saying they have to. But then you were saying they have the same opportunity to study.
Yeah, you do got to, because what I'm saying is they can still supersede. That don't what they do. That don't make LeBron special because he supersedes. They all got the same 24 hours in a day.
Because you brought Westbrook into
No,
this.
but look, but that's
we're
what I'm
talking
saying.
a lot of basketball right now. You brought Westbrook into this.
Yeah.
Westbrook for the last 2 years averaged a triple-double.
Yeah.
LeBron James ain't never.
Westbrook is one of my favorite players too. Both of them. Those are my 2 favorite players.
But he's never averaged a triple-double his whole career.
Yeah, so what?
What do you mean? So how is it so what?
LeBron James has a bigger mind state. He's
a pass first, point guard, point forward.
Well, number one.
Why hasn't he averaged a triple double when he thinks to pass first?
This is the first time LeBron James in his whole 15-year career played 82 games. Number one.
Why? He ain't never
because
been injured.
He rests himself.
He ain't never been injured.
He rests himself. That's just what he do. That's always been a problem.
Everybody in the old school played all 82.
You can look
Everybody
back.
in the old school played all 82. Okay. No excuses. Now you don't care. But they played every game.
It don't matter.
How don't it matter?
What do that got to do with your legacy? Okay. Like, look at, like, yo, I'm trying to tell you, yo, and I'm just using analogies going back to Floyd.
And they played less games than him.
Going back
with better averages.
Better averages? Who?
Let's look up the top 5 field goal.
I'm just, okay, percentage-wise and stuff like that. Okay, yeah.
Attempts and all that.
You gotta
do it all.
That's percentage-wise.
But if a nigga ain't took 10,000 shots, he don't fit the equation.
Nah, man.
It ain't. It's a lot of niggas ain't took 10,000 shots.
Man, LeBron
and they
James
played years.
Hey, LeBron James is the greatest, but I'm just gonna say that, and I'm gonna allow people to be free thinkers and think whatever they want to think.
I'm allowing you to be free.
I'm allowing you to be free thinkers.
I'm
you know
also
what I mean?
saying,
like,
get your information up.
I'm letting you free think.
Get your information up.
I'm I know all the information.
You
I
say
need.
It's facts.
All the information I need is in Cleveland, Ohio. That's all the information I need right there.
Okay.
That's it.
And they ain't even your team.
It don't gotta be because he the best player. Like, yo,
can say he's the best player in the world without saying he's the greatest ever.
I'm a proponent.
You can be the best in the world and not be the greatest ever. There have been a lot of people that have been the best, but they weren't the greatest.
I'm a proponent of witnessing history. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm an advocate for LeBron at the end of the day because LeBron James gets so much hate that I don't understand that.
It's not hate.
No, he do get a lot of hate. I'm not saying coming from you. No,
it's not
this conversation. I'm not. It's not even this conversation. I'm talking about there's people who just hate on LeBron who try to say that he's not the best player. There's some people who try to make an argument who try to say he's not even like top 3 or top 5 in the league today. Like there's people who really hate on this man.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And he is the best player in the world right now. I'm still saying that he's the greatest, but I'm just going to say that. And I'm telling you, when my generation and people can't see him play no more, when he retire and it's over, there's never going to be another LeBron James. And you're going to be upset that you wasn't with this man when he was rocking.
And we will still be lining up to buy Jordan sneakers.
You're gonna be, and they're gonna be buying LeBrons too.
They're not.
You crazy?
No, they don't buy LeBrons now.
Who don't buy LeBrons?
A lot of people.
What? What kids you be talking to?
I ain't talking to kids.
Yeah, I'm
talking to people that buy them to where they sell out.
Nah, LeBron just you got LeBron ain't selling out. LeBron do numbers. That you can't say that. You can't say that. You can't say that. Realistic. You can't say that.
Realistic.
You can't say that.
They're doing numbers this year because the shoes dope.
They are dope. Them shit just fucking dope. And
that's what I'm saying.
They still been but they've been basketball sneakers. People haven't been wearing them, but that's what I'm saying. You gotta talk to kids because it's not just grown folks.
How many people play basketball?
Kids. What you mean?
A lot more people than kids play basketball.
Every kid want a pair of LeBrons. Like that's
No, they don't. All
right. Well, not every kid. Obviously.
A whole lot of kids want Curry.
But but that's what I'm saying. And Kyrie just got hot. Before that, LeBron's been out. People been rocking LeBron. Like LeBron
Kevin
Durant shoes out.
Kevin Durant.
Same thing. That market is all open. Like they all eating under that market. That's what I'm saying. So like LeBron
and Jordan sell out.
Yeah, but LeBron's still
Jordan's the greatest.
Of course. In the shoe market.
Of course.
Of course, when you're talking the shoes, of course.
It is the shoes, because you can go back to the footage and see him doing these things in these shoes.
That's not what made Jordan shoes the best shoes ever. It's the marketing behind it. It's the fact that it's the fact that it was boosted up.
So now you can talk about all of that, but you want to change the narrative.
I'm not changing the narrative. We're talking about shoes.
Okay.
Shoes and basketball are two completely different things.
No,
Jordan's shoes are the best shoes because of the influence that Jordan has on the black community. Therefore, what it made the fashion statement, what it gravitated people towards.
You wanted to be like Mike. You wanted to be a basketball player.
Yo,
LeBron James, for lack of better terms, hasn't really inspired people to be a basketball player. Steph Curry has inspired more people to be a basketball player. But that's different because they're more of his stature, more of his size. It's like I can do that more than do that. LeBron James has made more people excited about the game of basketball. My thing to you is another reason why, I get what you're saying, but LeBron James, I don't know if they did it on Sports Lines or not, but something came out that said he is the perfect physical athlete. It doesn't matter what sport it is.
That's just your eye test can tell you that. Like,
but any sport he played, he would have been a factor.
Facts.
Regardless.
I agree. I believe
of the major sports we have.
I believe that.
So that in itself kind of disqualifies him.
But that's what launched him ahead, I think.
How?
Like, because that's just so crazy.
Why didn't he play football?
But it don't matter. It's just what he chose to play, and it's just like,
Deion Sanders.
Like, that's crazy.
There's
probably a football
and
player.
Baseball. Bo Jackson played football and baseball.
Yeah.
You are the perfect physical.
You can't play basketball and football. That's impossible. You can't play basketball and football.
There's 162 games in baseball.
Yeah, that's different though.
How is it different?
Way more leisurely. It's less demanding physically on your body. You know what I mean? Like, and that's why they have so many games. That's just the truth. That's why you look at football. That's why they can only have what they have is because it's so physically demanding. If they had 82 football games, they could be dead. Like, you feel me? Like,
I know the
that's the only thing I'm saying is that like football and basketball, that grind, like that would be too much on your body. Like you would have to play like half the basketball season if you was gonna play like. You have to play
half
like
the season starts.
You have to play like
I'm just going to see
like
the
40,
Super Bowl is
games.
always the week before All-Star Weekend. You don't got to be an All-Star every year.
That, you can't do that.
You can't.
That's why nobody's ever done that. That would be impossible.
How?
To play. Now you try to make the man do some crazy shit just because he got a physical stature. Don't mean that he get tired playing basketball in this 7 game straight. Like he just talking about he exhausted that. If the man would have played basketball,
it wouldn't be no 7-game series in football. It's one and done.
I know, but I'm saying if he would have played football and basketball, he would have had a 4-year, 5-year carear. He would have been up there,
and then he would be the greatest athlete ever in the world.
That's true. Hey yo, he could have played football and basketball and then played baseball after that. He could have did 5 years of that. Then with the
you know what I'm saying? Like,
man, but
just do it all.
That's my whole take on Bron.
I got you, but he's not the greatest.
I think he is, man. All right, well, okay. Well, this is going to. I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
As to why we having this discussion about the greatest. I'm going to ask you 2 questions here.
All right.
Number 1, I'm going to ask you, do you believe in it? This question could be kind of hard, but I guess depending on your take of it. All right, I want to know your take of. Do you think that somebody can come along and be the best ever?
It's crazy because I was going to ask you the same thing.
Yeah, like,
I was going to ask you in your lifetime, do you think it will be somebody better than LeBron? Because it's already debatable and questionable for me because so many people hold this man on the plateau already.
Yeah. And see, that's what. Well, for me, I'll put it this way. I think that maybe when I get older, you know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm asking.
Like decade, like 20, 30 years, maybe somebody could come along. But in the group of guys that we got now, and the group of people that's coming up now, I think that is great talent. Like, don't get me wrong, I think there's great talent in the league now. Kevin Durant, like, yo.
Okay, well, another question to you. Why don't, because we're different ages, and we're different age groups, but this discussion really needs to be had amongst every age group.
Yeah.
So the people that were actually, I mean, like you said, there's really no footage when you go back 60, them years, but at least, you know what I'm saying, people that can talk about how the game was in the 70s, 80s, you know what I'm saying?
Can attest for it and be there.
Before us, you know what I'm saying?
Like, nah, he scored 100. That was in the paper. Like, you feel me? Like, it was in my paper the next morning. Like, I listened to it on the radio. I was tuned in on the damn radio.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just, like, that's what I'm just saying. Like, just to call him the greatest because of what you see now is unfair.
Nah, yeah, that's true. Nah, that's definitely true. And I can agree. I can agree on that. I guess I gotta say, and like I said, what goes back to it is that I just think that there's so many people in my group, and not even in my group, just in general. I think that they do, like, even if you're not going to call him the greatest or the best, I think that it's highly disrespectful to say that he's debatable top 5 or like top 10.
I get all the things.
You know what I
get
mean?
why you
like. So I just
go for him.
So I go like just extra hard.
I can say he's
like
the best,
you know
and I really don't like him.
But
as a player, yes, he's the best.
Mm-hmm.
But I've seen him in some
questionable situations.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about like early in his career. Like baby meat, wet behind the ears. It's like you should have addressed a whole lot of situations different. You might have, you know what I'm saying, got treated a little differently in some other stuff.
Yeah.
Because you was the king at 18. You had $100 million before you ever played a professional game. Like, come on now, like.
That's true.
I mean, some of the stuff that came along with it, people don't look at. It's like. And then as an 18-year-old, you got to look at that too. Like,
he got $100 million?
Nike.
That could be, that endorsement probably could have been, word. That's
you don't even know that.
Yeah, that's because that's a lot of money. Like, I didn't even think people was getting money like that back then. Like, that's a lot of damn money for back then. But, see, he could have got that. I mean, LeBron is LeBron, man. But fucking, man, that's just, I'm going to leave it there, man, on LeBron. We came full circle on that, and we agree to disagree, but we still agree. You know what I mean? Like, something much. So that's what's up. I wanted to talk about that before we moved on because that was, the first thing that came up when we were discussing the content. Some of the things that we were discussing, I think that we should just hop right into the Kanye shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we've been talking about sports for a little while. I think that Kanye, we started off having a conversation yesterday about Kanye that was actually a pretty dope convo, which, actually propelled us to even be right here chopping it up right now. You know what I'm saying? So, before we even dive into the TMZ shit, I kind of want to, try to take it not even like this. What do you think? What do you think about the interview?
I didn't finish the show.
Just what you saw of it. Like, what did you get from it? Like, do you? I know you Team Ye. You know what I mean? I know that
I'm not
Team
Ye. I'm
not Team Ye. He make America great again. He one of them motherfuckers. You feel me? Don't let him tell you otherwise.
See,
he got a KKK hoodie on right now. I'm sitting right next to him. I see this shit.
You already started out.
I'm telling you.
I mean, I get the stance you trying to get, and maybe you trying to betray me as.
Confederate flag T-shirt on. I'm telling you, man, disgracing me.
When you brought up being a free thinker and you don't discriminate, I just look at it like, why have a biased opinion? Like, just because you don't agree with something, you shouldn't automatically say it's bad.
If that person is bad for you, yeah, you do. Like, if that person is trying to do harm
those
to you,
things. But I'm just saying in general. I get the stance on him siding with somebody.
I can see if he was siding with somebody who was like a homosexual or transgender.
But look at this.
Like, yo, what you biased against that for?
We're gonna stay on Kanye, but I just want to interject this. Do you celebrate 420?
Hell yeah!
It's Hitler's birthday. Oh, what?
I'm not celebrating Hitler. I'm not bringing Hitler.
It's his birthday. It's the day he was born. Do you celebrate your birthday?
What I'm saying,
do you celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, but I don't just celebrate my birthday by smoking weed. I can see if you celebrate birthdays by just smoking weed.
Do you celebrate your homeboy's birthday?
Then I would be like, hey yo.
Do you celebrate your homeboy?
Yeah, of course. But not just by smoking weed.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that when I smoke weed on 420, it's to recognize National Weed Smoking Day. I don't give a fuck about Hitler. It's not like I'm putting the swastika on and it's like, yo, this for 420, it's not for Hitler. I'm not doing that. I'm smoking weed for something completely different. Kanye, I can see if, that analogy, I don't even know how that could equate to that, but he's putting on a hat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see if he was at a bar or he went to the Trump Tower and threw a party or something. It was like, yo, I'm throwing an album release party just at a hotel. Like, I don't care that it's Trump Tower. Like, that's something different. It's like, all right, well, don't give him the flag. It was convenient. It's right there. It don't got nothing to do with the Trump. He's not supporting the Trump Tower. He just throwing a party. Like, whatever. I could kind of mesh it like that. But when he's standing next to somebody saying, I love this guy, I'm not saying I love Hitler. I'm not tweeting out like, yo, fucking this. How dope is it that I can smoke weed on Hitler's birthday? Like, he was so dope. Like, I loved his energy and just, everything he stood for, man. Like, yo, God, yo, he really made me think. Like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's just what I'm saying on that, man. Like, you can't.
And what I'm saying is, because you're trying to say I'm caping up for Kanye, I'm just saying, like, to oppose him so bad defeats his agenda.
And what is his agenda?
He lets you know. It was misconstrued several ways, and he talked in circles, but his agenda was to spark conversation.
Man,
I don't get the whole love shit, but it was to spark conversation.
I think that Kanye acting like Kanye just automatically sparked the conversation. I don't think he did it to spark a conversation.
Why?
You know what I'm saying?
What is he not did to be talked about?
He just talking. Like I said,
when has he did something to not be of shock value?
I don't know. He's always trying to be a shock value. That is correct. So you got me there. But
so he's always been of shock value.
I don't know
yet
what.
He's always made his statement or political terms correct. Like, Bush doesn't care about black people.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's to say. So I refuse to believe that he has no idea what he's doing. He is very much in the social loop. Like, he knows what Trump is, who Trump is, what Make America Great Again means, what the hat represents. He understands all of that. So for him to be playing ignorant is crazy to me. For him to be like, I don't know what I'm doing, like I'm really hurting people's feelings, like I'm just free thinking, like I'm just with Trump, like I didn't know what his whole agenda was, but I just think that the man is cool. Like, yo, if you like somebody's energy, you had to have heard them speak. That's factual. What you do? You just see a picture of the nigga and be like, yo, this picture is crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or
when the media portrayed Dave Chappelle to be crazy, what did you think?
I didn't think Dave Chappelle was crazy because I was always like, even when I was young, I was a conspiracy, like a little conspiracy theorist from birth because my dad was like that. So like it just rubbed off on me. Like, so I automatically assumed that. I thought it was like some Illuminati shit. Like Illuminati trying to run Dave out. He knows some shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so like truthfully, when I was young, like that's what I thought. Because I was on my Illuminati shit back when I was like a kid. So I didn't think Dave Chappelle was crazy. I thought that the Illuminati was trying to like run that nigga out of town, guy.
I just want to bring that up real quick.
Yeah, but a lot of people thought he was crazy though. Like, so to get with you, yeah, a lot of people did think he was crazy because they portrayed him that way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That's one narrative.
You know,
like, you know what I'm saying? I just see the comparison.
I know, and that's why I didn't want to defeat that. Like, so I was saying,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you got that.
I was just weird.
So I'm going back. Where do you put Kanye and Kim Kardashian's relationship and their, you know what I'm saying, celebrity compared to Jay-Z and Beyonce?
Two. Yeah.
Yeah. Based on?
What you mean?
Based on what? What do you base it on?
What do you mean?
What
am I basing it off of?
Yeah.
I'm basing it off of the Beehive. I'm basing it off of fucking how everybody, you talk about how people say Jordan is the GOAT. That's how Hov is looked at in the music industry. Like, Hov is looked at, and that's another conversation because Hov music is high, and I think for his transparency and his originality, like, that's why he really is like the best because he spit like really what his like I get that, but bars and he had the best like production, like a lot of good production and stuff like that, like beats wise and shit, and the fact that he put out so many albums. When you talk about like rings, you know what I mean, like that, like launched him and people talk about that, but like I don't think he make like the best music in the world. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? But people,
all the things you said, who can you put up there to compare against him as the greatest?
Well, when it comes to how many albums, you know what I mean? You cannot put anybody there because nobody made that many albums. You know what I mean? And went like platinum and did all of themselves.
Well, I was gonna say,
you know what I mean? But who?
Too Short.
But I mean that went like, you know, like gold.
Oh yeah, then when you put the numbers down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, just put up them numbers. But I'm talking about like, well, as far as that, like me, and that's what I'm saying. It could just be me, and because I'm in the era that I'm in. But I'm not trying to go off topic. This is about Kanye.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But that's why I say that they number one. But what are you saying? What are you trying to say? So
you're saying because
do you think that Kim K and Kanye?
So you're saying because of hip hop, Jay-Z
and the business moves, like not hip hop, the business moves that he made too, like the brand, what he built, how big he is. Him and Puff is like everybody idolized those two. Like when they get into the game, like to meet Puff and to meet Hov, like it's grown ass men that take pictures next to them like bands and like, oh my god, like you know what I'm saying? Like they it. And that's the fact.
Yeah, I get that, and they know that.
So that's why, and that relationship bingos, and that's been a long.
But so you don't look at Yeezy trying to build his name as a brand as different than what they're doing?
No.
You look at Puffy, you want to stand next to him. Puffy doesn't, P. Diddy, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
His name isn't on nothing. When you say his name, like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically, like, there's legacy names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what ultimately you want. Like, it's cool to have, you know what I'm saying, be monetary gain, but like, you want a legacy name. Like, it's not really a legacy, but Bill Gates is Microsoft. Like, when you think, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, like that.
Old Rockefeller.
Well, yeah, Rockefeller was something. It's Rock Nation now.
Yeah, Rock Nation and fucking.
But what I'm saying is,
and did he got Revolt?
He has a network. Yeah, Revolt TV. Yeah. It's not Diddy TV. Like Oprah Winfrey Network.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? My name is this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are different levels and approaches to it.
So you think that?
And then when you say the Beehive, how strong is the Beehive compared to the Kardashians?
Nah, the Beehive is strong. Because
the Kardashians.
No, don't get me
wrong. The Kardashian movement has been going on.
And I get that. And I know that. Beyonce. Trust me. And that's what I'm saying. And her support and just how popular they are is crazy. But the thing about it is, like, Beyonce has generated a large following based off of just pure support. Kim Kardashian based a large following based off of half people loving her and half people talking shit and hating her. It's a difference. You feel me? And that's true. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're saying people don't dislike Beyonce?
I'm not saying that, but when I'm saying that majority of people, it's like a Cardi B situation. When you think about them, the majority, the majority of people love them. The view of them is love. When you think of a Kim Kardashian, that is not the view that people have on them. There's been famous people, like, I don't know how she got famous. What did she do? Like, you know what I mean? People on talk shows and stuff like taking stances like that. So, like, people don't come out and say shit like that about Beyonce. Okay, you know what I mean? There's people right now after the Coachella shit, like, yo, she better performing than Michael Jackson. God, Beyonce might be the greatest performer of all time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she just get a lot of love. She get a lot more love than Kim.
Okay.
They both got a lot of attention and following, but she get a lot more love.
I don't know if you want to stay on the Kanye thing, but you just brought that up. Beyonce being a better performer than Michael Jackson.
I don't think so. I'm just saying that's been like
but all these topics are relevant to y'all's generation and what y'all seen and what y'all can attest to.
I mean, see, the thing about it, and the thing about it is that Beyonce. It's just that the technology, it's like, you know how they say that the players in today's game and it's just getting stronger and bigger and more athletic and stuff like that. It's the same thing with technology and being able to put on a performance in general. If you have more smoke or more choreography or more, you know what I mean? Of course it could be a better show, but does that make you a better performer? Just like movies back in the day. There's some movies that came out maybe before their time. Because if you go back now and look at them, they were like, there's some movies that was fucking great in their time. But you go back and put it on now, and it's like, this shit isn't in 1080, like this shit isn't in 1080p. I don't want to see this shit. This shit look whack as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? But it was a classic. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
upgraded and retro all those movies.
But you got that. But that you have that accommodation.
It's just like
that's like holographic. Then that's like holographic.
No, but that's like
bring saying, like back. You give him that shit.
But trying to make that argument is like saying you can't get a vinyl record on your MP3 now. Like, you just can't digitally download.
I'm just saying, if you could not convert it to make it appeasing to today's eye, you would not want to watch it. But what I'm saying is that back then you didn't need a conversion because it was good for what it was. But you need that now to appreciate it.
Technology
advanced, and as it did, you need that to advance with it to appreciate it the same way. And when it doesn't,
when you say technology,
and when it doesn't, you don't. And that's why people make
technology and a whole advances pretty much at the same time.
But that's what I'm saying. Somebody like Michael Jackson was not able to have the things available to him that a Beyonce has available to her. That's why when somebody watches her perform, they're like, yo, this is the best shit ever. You know what I mean? Like, because if Michael Jackson was still alive, but there was some way that you could hologram, put him back and give him, or upload his body, you know what I mean, and make it appeasing, then it would be like, yo, Mike is killing. Yo, what Mike just did with
They've
this
had
shit.
special effects. You're talking about digitally making stuff. You're basically talking about green screening.
I'm talking about if you bring somebody back and give them like something like that. I'm talking about effects, or I'm talking about like just whatever. Like somebody coming in, like they always have stuff like that, but they're doing it at a much better rate. Like Beyonce, a Beyonce show,
when you
a
say
Kanye show, they was not doing shows like that back in the day. Kanye was like, fucking what?
So.
Well, maybe I don't know. Like maybe they were like maybe shows was fucking like.
Give me 2 of your favorite music videos of all time.
Music videos. See, I can't. They not gonna be no special effect type videos. Like I like kind of gritty. Like I'll say one of my favorite music videos of all time. Pusha T, Exodus. Exodus, I forget it's like 2311 or something like that. I just know it's Exodus. Something that video is fucking. That video is dope. Cause it's straight in Norfolk. It's gritty. Like I don't know if you ever seen that shit, but that shit, you like yo, shit dope.
Okay.
Like that's one of my favorite videos. That one really stand out to me. And like as far as something else, man, I don't know. Like I'm weird. Like I'm like a new age type person. Like I kind of like what ASAP do with his videos, and I can't like pinpoint a favorite one. Like the LSD video was dope. The new one that he just dropped was fucking dope. Like the Playboy Cardi shit that they did with Magnolia.
Where are they at? Like what? Dope. Like so it ain't like no special effects or nothing. These
no. This the ASAP shit. The effects on the ASAP shit is fucking crazy trippy. Like I mean like. Crazy, like the effects on that is some new age, like out of this world shit, like some shit I wish I could do. Like they got like it's trippy, bro. Like the way they'll like have visions, like he'll be talking and have a vision and go through the eye and be flipping the world and he'll be laying like yo, it's fucking crazy. Be going through like yo, no gravity shit, like yo, it's fucking trippy as fuck. There's mad shit that be going on in them videos, son. Like just the angles and the shifting of the yo. It's crazy.
Okay, so you're 50-50 split on big budget
and just grimy shit. Word. Like I like that hood. Like I like that ASAP because I like that big budget shit, but not big budget. Like yo, I need a lot of cars or a lot of people. Like I like creative, a little bit weird.
So
shit.
Why do you need that for your performance to be better than somebody's else if they're more creative? Like Prince playing several motherfucking instruments, him damn self.
Well, I mean that's true, but it's just in today's age. It's what the
James
people,
Brown
it's the people
being what Michael Jackson became.
It's just as time goes on, people become entertained differently, and once you do it differently, like you said, when technology advances, like just giving people something different.
But the experience is what it's about, because that's what you're comparing it to.
Yeah, that's true. But people lose sight of that, and then when they're not around for that time, and then they got to go back and look at it, it's like, and then when they're not connecting with the music too, it's a lot that go into it. You know what I mean?
So it's a biased opinion.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wasn't taking that stance, but I
just keep getting to most of the opinions are making are relatively biased.
But it's the same because what it is that we are from where we're from.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why it is what it is. And it's just as time goes on, shit get better. That's just what it's going to be. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not debating.
We'll be having the same conversation in another 10 years.
We had it. Like, will there be a better LeBron?
Somebody going to think so. I probably won't. Like, you know what I mean? When that nigga come, I'll be like, hell no, that nigga ain't better than Bron. Like, you feel me? Like, they going to be like, man, get the fuck out of here with that Bron shit.
Just for you.
But nah, man, I can't really get Kanye off the hook right now though because alright, I just want to ask you. I know, but I just want to ask you. Okay, so at the end of the day, you said that. I just want to know. So you're basically saying that he's doing this just to spark a discussion. Do you think he has any other agenda, or he just want to get people talking? Is that what you? That's all he want to do, or do you think that there's something else? Do you think that this is about music at all? You think that he's trying to sell music? Because he said that he got music coming out, and Kanye's words, he got himself dropping, he got him and Cudi dropping, He got Nas dropping. He got Tiana Taylor finished. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
he's dropping the project. What is it this month?
it's supposed to be this month. All this.
What is supposed to come out today? Like
it's supposed to be. No, he got a song with Travis Scott. He got a song with Travis Scott and Uzi that dropped already. I think this shit dropped actually.
I think I seen it.
But yeah, he got a song with them that supposedly dropped. But I'm not sure when his albums is supposed to drop. But I mean, it could be one every week because last week was the Ye versus the People in that Scooby Doo Bop bullshit. Like so,
I didn't hear that.
Like, you didn't hear that?
I'll put it to you like this, like.
So you gotta hear that shit. I'll play it to you when we done, guys. I'll play it for you when we done.
Like when I guess that's why I'm talking about this biased opinion. Like I hear about, you know what I'm saying? I don't be looking into, you know what I'm saying, these super celebrity ass motherfuckers. I don't really care that much about what the fuck they doing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I do, but it's like I kind of don't. You know what I'm saying? But then when it comes to Kanye, like. I'm 50-50 because, like, I've let you know, like, I've been a fashion designer all my life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was just in me. Like, my mom made clothes. Like, so that was in me to be a designer. You know what I'm saying? Because she did it. Like, so that was in me. So I see where he's coming from. And when you want to be a designer, you know what I'm saying, on a certain level, you want to go to Louis and be like, you know what I'm saying? Or,
no, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, and that's why.
Who is it?
And just,
where did Virgil Abloh just go?
Man, just all that shit.
Wherever he went, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it was Gucci. You know what
wherever he just went, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or Louis Vuitton, I think.
You know what I'm saying? Those were my aspirations, and I didn't even realize until he made it.
Word.
But Kanye's been trying to do stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kanye's been trying to establish, like, his own sneaker within it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Build off the platform.
Definitely.
But let me rock it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Let me have complete control of it. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I need your platform. You know what I'm saying? Because you have, just like you were saying, like, y'all make, like, every generation make stuff better. You know what I'm saying? Things get better. Technology gets better. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I see where he's coming from on that aspect.
Yeah.
I haven't looked into most things. But when you boil it down to it, like I said to begin with, Kanye is a shock value person.
Yeah.
When has he not done anything just for shock value? It don't matter what you talk about. You're going to talk about Kanye, whatever the fuck he did, but you're talking. You're talking about Kanye, whatever the fuck he did.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but I just feel as though, like I said, all the other times that Kanye had shock value, I feel as though he was standing for something. He was trying to, like I don't know what point that he's trying to prove now, but I think that he was literally standing for something the other times that he did it. When it comes to Kanye West, I really do feel as though I get Kanye. Like, I fuck with Kanye. I've been a Kanye fan. He's one of my favorite artists. Like, Late Registration was my first CD. You feel me? Like, on everything. That was my first CD. Like, so that's my nigga. 808s and Heartbreaks is one of my favorite tapes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Drake,
just the way
Petty.
I feel, because I feel as though, and even though he did, you can say whatever. I feel as though 808s and Heartbreaks changed hip hop. Like, I feel as though after 808s and Heartbreaks, that gave Lil Wayne the courage to come out with, like, the Rebirth and do shit like that. And then that's when you got, like, you know, T-Pain and just, like, Drake come out and have that sound and not be afraid to, like, sing. And the content is about being hurt and about women and stuff like that. Like, Kanye, like, not originated that, but transcended that with 808s and Heartbreaks. Like, for me and my, like, group of people, like, you know what I mean? I really believe that.
Yeah.
Like, so, like, I really do fuck with Ye. When you talk about the fashion, I fuck with that. When he went on the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne was like, why don't you just be happy though? Like, you making sneakers, you making music. Like, why you ain't just happy? And he was like, talking about new slaves and was talking about wanting to break through and being so being unhappy and being so unruly and having these rants, like, you ain't got the answer, Sway, and shit like that. It's because he's sitting right next to the niggas with real money and real control, and he like, what's good? You feel me? And they like, like, you know what I mean? And that shit, and he going crazy, like, cause he not just happy with what everybody else is just happy with, just the chat and go skip, run along. You know what I mean? So
and he's talking about that. But okay, you just said that. Yeah. That's mental slavery.
Word.
That's exactly what he just said.
No,
so
he did not say that.
He did not. You just said it for him. You said it for him.
I didn't say 400. I didn't say 400 years of slavery is a choice.
You said it for him. You just broke down his whole theory and whatever he was trying to say. You did it yourself.
Man.
Yeah. Come on now. Give it up. Man. Yeah, you did that.
Nah, man. I'm just saying.
Because you rocked with him from the gate. Yeah. I was just going to ask you, what is your stance on? He feel like he want to, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bernie Sanders Trump the presidency campaign.
But look, and that's just what I'm saying though. When I boil it down to it, is that Kanye though is too smart to make the statements that he makes right now in this time. I equate his free thinking little thing. Yeah. I say, yeah, it is free thinking because what he's doing is he literally saying the first thought that comes to his mind and being like, I'm just being real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I think. Like, that's literally what I think. Like, that's what his free thinking shit means. Like,
we kind of have this conversation.
That's what I think. Like,
and you know what I'm saying? I brought up trolling. I brought up Tekashi, and Tekashi got hot for like 2 weeks.
Word.
And then what the fuck happened? Oh, he got the fuck out of here because he ain't been trolling no more.
He just checked in the LA. He just dropped Gotti that one song not too like
that was a couple weeks,
and that popped. That did popped. It did M's.
Wow, because he was hot at the time.
Yeah, and
what's he doing now?
I don't know. We gotta wait.
What is he doing now?
We don't know if he fizzled down yet.
He had a hot month.
We don't know if he fizzled down yet.
A wave off beefing before the awards. The awards came and went.
I'm not a big.
You went with the awards.
I'm not a Tekashi fan. I think that he was smart. No, I'm just going real quick. Yeah. I think that he was smart for what he did, but I'm just gonna say I'm not too quick to dismiss him because he still got time to go. Like, I'm not just gonna say he came and went yet. Like, he could still be
I'm not saying he came and went. I'm just saying the trolling aspect worked.
Word.
And then, who did it better than him? Trump. Trump won the presidency. Just saying the thing that people were talking about.
And what I'm saying is all that Kanye has to know that that's how he won. When he refers to his dragon energy and stuff like that, he has to be knowing that that's how Trump won the presidency. Like, he got to know that that's how Trump run and that that's what he fuck with. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if that's what he doing right now, you know what I mean? And if that's what he doing right now, that's not cool.
Why not?
That's not cool because it's putting people, especially people of color who have already been trying to debate Donald Trump and say how he's a stigma and bad for this country. It's giving them ammunition to say somebody like you, who's supposed to be somebody that you look up to, is co-signing this nigga. So what's your problem? Fall in line.
Hey man, Donald Trump grabbed pussy and he became president.
Yeah.
Donald Trump lost the popular election and he became president.
Wow. Only in America.
So how are you gonna be mad at Kanye for?
Because I can be mad at what you mean.
But what I'm saying is, you talking about like the black fight of what is Trump really doing to black people?
The whole Make America. Do you not like Make America Great Again? Is a direct spit in the face to Barack Obama. That's what that is talking about. Make America Great Again. Like, they not talking about nothing else besides we gotta fix America because it's broke because a black person was just in office. Like, and then talking about building a wall. His whole campaign was run on divisiveness. Like, that's just what it was. You talking about
divisiveness.
What has he done? You like what has he done such a like talking about the sons of bitches in the NFL and making that the discussion and people talking about that. That was never the discussion. Kaepernick was kneeling before Trump even got in office, and he switched the narrative to make it about him, and then people started talking about it. People wasn't even really talking about it when Cap was just doing it. Like, you feel me? Like, Trump was the one who but Trump brought it back up and reignited that shit.
He did.
Like, you feel me? Like, and he was talking about it, but it wasn't. The energy was not as strong as it was when the shit happened. And then you talk about the shit that happened in Virginia, and he was talking about that they was fine young men, and they walk around with Confederate flags, and they talking about spilled blood on the sun, and all of this other just real Confederate shit. Like, that's a spit.
Hey, I get where you're trying to go with it.
everything they standing for.
But how many black people were hurt during that rally?
A lot of. What do you mean? They got on YouTube. They got on YouTube. You can look and they got like clip by clips comparison of rallies back in the 80s of them like kicking and shooing black people out, and rallies of Trump where he like, get that son of a bitch out of here, get him out of here. Anybody else that boo, punch him in the face and I'll pay for your lawyer. You'll be out of jail by the night. Fuck you talking about, man? This nigga Trump is crazy.
What I'm saying to you, I guess, I'm miswording myself. But what I'm saying to you is, like, he did all this divisiveness
for publicity stuff. Whether he was dead ass,
he was trolling.
Don't matter, man. And yo, trust me.
As long as you're talking about him,
I understand that, and I got that. Trust me, I.
But that's what I'm saying about your generation.
And look, I was
saying LeBron is the greatest is trolling.
And look, I'm going to be and I honestly believe that. That's just what I believe. But what I'm saying is that going back to Trump, and I'll even be completely honest here, real quick, just because I really recognize game, like I really do. I really like think that my intuition be intact. And when Trump was running, you feel me? I was fucking with him. I swear to God. Like, you feel me? When he was running, I was fucking with him because I said, yo, I see exactly what the fuck he doing. He not gonna build no fucking wall. Like, yo, he blowing smoke. Like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy. Like, you feel me? I'm like, yo, he really about to win because he making the conversation about him. I'm like, he about to win because nobody even talking about Hillary at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just being all about him. But then, what I did was, I said, yo, I can't fuck with this nigga. I said, because, yo, that shit is, like, hella funny. You know what I mean? Because you realize what he doing. But there's a lot of people who don't realize what he doing. And there's a lot of people, white people, who taking him dead ass serious. There's a lot of black people who taking him dead ass serious. And there's a lot of people who going to get hurt by this. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who are going to not only get hurt by this physically, but emotionally. And that's one thing that you really got to say. And that's one thing that I can say, that Donald Trump has caused a lot of emotional damage because, okay, maybe these are conversations, because these are conversations that we needed to have. And that's what one thing that every black person say, that, oh, well, I'm thankful for Donald Trump being in office because now undercover, like, race is out. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. But that's what I'm saying. It's prompting us to have conversations, and it's either you're going to feel one way or you're going to feel another way. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to know what's up from there. But it's just the fact that, like, it prompted that energy. You know what I mean? Where we couldn't have these conversations on another basis, where it just had to be like, it kind of forced you to take a stand.
Why are we having this conversation right now?
Because it forces you to be with somebody or against somebody.
But we're on Trump right now because of who?
Kanye.
Okay, so ultimately,
what Kanye is doing is just do. He's doing what he wanted to do. Kanye is sitting in Calabasas with his cat, just like
controlling the narrative. Just like they talk about your favorite player, LeBron James.
Yeah.
Love to control the narrative.
Facts. Word, I guess so.
Drake loves to control the narrative. Nicki Minaj loves to control the narrative.
They don't do it
but
in a dangerous way.
But let me hit you with this. I get that.
Dangerous way.
I get that. But people are so on this motherfucker's the president shit that I'm entitled because we had Obama. Like, that's another thing black people fail to get. We champed the shit out of Obama to, you know what I'm saying? Like, we basically put that in white people's face. Like, yeah, we got a nigga in here now. Like, y'all can't say shit. Like, y'all can't fuck with us. Like, we finally made it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, yeah, y'all be talking all that shit. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got one, coach. Put him in, coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't rock that way, and then when a nigga do it back to you, be like, man, y'all fucked up, man. That's some bullshit. Like, why y'all on that bullshit? We knew what it was before we got the nigga there. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? We can't play both sides of the fence, though.
I mean,
you can't be all in the motherfucker face like, what you gonna do now, honky? You know what I'm saying? We got Obama in the office. And then, you gotta look at it, too. He was only half black. Only half black. So they still had a leg in the race. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Don't look at the divisiveness like we weren't a part of it.
I mean, I honestly don't think so, man, because I think it literally, like, to be honest, I think it go back to just the energy of white people, though. I feel as though, like, if you felt as though you wouldn't have, like, if you felt as though that there wasn't a stigma, or you felt as though that somebody didn't feel a way about Obama being president, and it was, like, happy for you, maybe your energy wouldn't have been like that.
When you say white people, that's different, though. Because white people like controlling other people.
But that's what you said, though. You just said, like, that's the narrative, like, being in your face, like, yeah, now we got what we want, like, honky or whatever like that. I'm saying the only reason why the, like, energy is even going to be like that is because you, like, you know that they feel some type of way. You know what I mean? That's like if me and you beefing.
But that's what I'm saying to you. We knew they felt that way. Right. They weren't as verbal about it before Barack Obama. Right. But we got in their face once we got Barack. Right, so we are liable for them coming back. Like y'all knew what we were.
Hey, 100%, 100%.
So now you know what I'm saying.
And I'm not rock. Now we gonna rock. And we can't be. And I can't be mad at that. You feel me? I can't be mad at that. But what I can say is that I'm not fucking with Trump. And what I can say is if you do fuck with him, I can't fuck with you. Like, you know what I mean? Like talking like so. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like if he gotta come out and he has to better articulate, better explain. He has to apologize for some things that he said off of the whim. And I'm saying,
well, let me just say a couple things. Let me just say a couple things for factors, since we are recording this in the says document.
Word.
And like I said, I haven't kept up on yet. It's not that, you know what I'm saying, I don't keep up on certain. I've never really been that into Kanye his whole career. Like, I listen to his singles. Okay. I'll probably listen to a CD if somebody got it playing, you know, where I can hear it more than one song, or if that shit, you know what I'm saying, come on autoplay and that shit's just running through his shit.
I know like every Kanye joint.
I don't know that many Kanye joints. Like when people talk about 808s and heartbreaks, like all I think about is 808s is like early, you know what I'm saying, slapping, and
he took
banging, like
made beats out of them.
You know what I'm saying? Just straight slap. 808s is just.
Alright, but I can't give him no more respect, man. That's enough.
I'm just saying to even, you know what I'm saying, wrap up the conversation. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never been rocking with Ye like that. Word. Like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Jay-Z more. I fuck with Benny Siegel more. I fuck with damn near everybody in Rockefeller. Word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect him for his production and stuff he's contributed to the culture, but I don't too much give a fuck about Kanye. I've never really gave a fuck about Kanye. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like his music and what, you know what I'm saying? Like his singles and some. But when he was talking about, I was like, yeah, I was kind of like, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't have respect enough within yourself to, you know what I'm saying? Or when he was like, Bush, we knew Bush didn't care about black people. We didn't need you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand.
But sometimes that shit need to be said though too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it needs to be said. But what, like, we've said so much. When are we gonna follow up with some actions?
Yeah, there's a lot of, you know. I mean, action definitely has been taking us far. You know what I mean? Like, because we did make progression. We still do got a long way to go.
You know what I'm saying? Those are other narratives we don't really need to talk. You know what I'm saying? Delve into. But I'm just saying, like, ultimately. Goes back to Kanye. Goes back to mental slavery. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's,
and you know what? And that's another. And then, you know what? I wanna. And that's like a perfect thing right there, because I wanna touch on that within itself. I want those two to be two completely different topics. I want to segue onto that. Like, I want that to be a whole just pie within itself, and a discussion within itself, just mental slavery, you know what I mean, and just what your definition of it is, and what state do you think, you know what I mean, we'll dive into that, you know what I'm saying, but, yeah, I just, as far as the antics, you know what I mean, and everything, all I want to say is that, I guess my thoughts on it is that I hope that it's not just for music sales. I hope that there's really an agenda behind it. Maybe there's something that I can't see. And if not, and if he just going off on something, you know, hopefully he come out and apologize and elaborate on what's going on. You know what I mean? And I'm saying that not only from my standpoint, I'm thinking just for a lot of people. You know, when I speak, I'm speaking from the perspective of like diehard Ye fans, from people who may have like made Ye purchases and have like hardcore beliefs, who have parents who are second generation like slave, like kid, you know what I'm saying? All type of shit, man. Because that hits home with people a lot more than me. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people that like in the South. There's people that in Virginia and Ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's directly straight from Jim Crow era. You know what I mean? Who still feel a way about shit like that. So Ye, you know, for his parents to be in the civil movement, he should know to not play with shit like this, and that this does hurt people and that this does affect people. So that's just all I'm saying, is that he should know better. And I hope it's not just for me.
Okay. Mm-hmm. But you did give a rundown the whole narrative and agenda that he could have behind what he's doing.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what, because I got, you know, I look at things from all different perspectives. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that I hope that his perspective can be something different. You know what I mean? But, you know, if it's not, I will be highly disappointed, man. But, you know, that's all I got on Ye, man. You got anything else that you want to talk about? Anything else?